a simple question.
And we're giving you simple answers.
You're giving me an answer that you're not answering the question.
I'm giving you an answer that I'm not answering the question. Get Ecclesiastes.
I got it.
And then hold that, and then we're gonna read that again. Read that again.
Ecclesiastes.
Real quick.
Y'all with those guys?
Yeah, we're the same. We're the same. Go on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9.
Go on.
The thing that has been, it is that which shall be.
Stop. What is the thing that has been is that which shall be?
I don't know.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 6 verse 10.
Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. It says that which has been is named already.
Go on.
It is known that it is man.
That it is what?
That it is man.
That it is what?
That it is man.
That is what?
That it is man.
That it is man. Read this now. Let's go back to this now.
Ecclesiastes.
He's going to go about, what about the conscience and how I remember everything? We're going to explain that. Go on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be.
We just read that it is man. Go on.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
That which is done, which is in past tense, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, is that which shall what?
And shall be done.
Is which is going to be in the future. Go on.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
There's nothing new underneath the sun. The newborn baby might be here, but that baby has already been here. Not the baby itself, but that spirit that's in the baby has already been on the earth. Go on.
Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
Yeah, go on.
It has been already of old time.
It has been here already of old time. Even the events that happen on the earth. Arenas today, the Romans called it Colosseums. The Greeks called it domes. The Babylonian, it's the same thing happened. We're basically repeating time over again. That's all God is just doing. That's all God's doing. He's recycling man and man's spirit. Go on.
It has been already of old time.
Go on.
Which was before us.
Which was before us. Go on.
There is no remembrance of former things.
What about your conscience? What do you remember? I can't remember what I did 2,000 years ago. Because why? I need to live my life now. I need to be focused now. I can't have a kid here and then I'm having visions of what I did in Jerusalem 3,000 years ago. That's why God said He will be no remembrance of what you used to do. Go on.
There's no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come.
That's up to come. Now I got one last scripture for you, and this should really answer your question. Give me Psalms 105. God takes the spirit, He takes it from man, and He's gonna place it right back on earth to live life again. Yes, God does that. Let's get Psalms 105, and I believe you can start from 104. No, 29 to 30. Now check this out. It's going to say the same exact thing with Ecclesiastes and Ezra's and all the other scriptures that we brought out saying. Go on.
Psalms chapter 104 verse 29.
Go on.
Thou hiddest thy face. They are troubled.
Now when it says that God hides His face, that means God is not with you. When God hides His face from you, that means you're on your own. He turned His back on you, and that's what it says. You become troubled. If you don't cry out to the Most High for guidance and all that, you're on your own. So it says, read that again.
Thou hiddest thy face, they are troubled.
Yeah, anything can happen to you now. You don't have no protection. Go on.
Thou takest away their breath.
He taketh away breath from you. Your spirit. He takes it out of you. Go on.
They die.
You die. When God takes when your spirit out of you, you drop dead.
And return to their dust.
And your body returns to the dust. After you took out the spirit. We already read where the spirit goes. It goes back to the Father. Go on.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Wait, He takes the same spirit. He sends it forth.
They are created.
And
thou renewest the face of the earth.
And the word renew, when you go to the etymology, it means revive. Re means again, vive means live. You live again. So God takes your spirit. When you die, you go back up there. You be judged. If you was a righteous man, He will put you in a certain position. Let's say, because another question might be is, what about a guy who goes into a mall and shoots 50 people, right? And he pulls a gun on himself. Well, they might say, oh, he got away with judgment. He's not going to jail for that. No. That guy is dead, but he's going to be judged. God's going to judge him, and God's going to bring him right back on earth, and he's going to have a terrible life to make up for what he did to whoever individuals his past life. It sounds easy now? You get it? Or not?
No, that sounds like if he killed 10 people while he was here, which he was reincarnated technically or revived, he's probably gonna do that again.
And how you know that?
How do you know that?
I don't know that. But what I can
Now, if that man is born blind, how could he shoot with an AK-47?
he's born blind.
Huh? If he was born crippled, how could he pick up a... God will make him crippled, so he does... See, that's... this is so deep for you.
So that's his...
Yeah, we're not saying that's how it's gonna be. I'm not God. I'm saying that's how God judged. That's how he handles things.
Wow, that's interesting. So same for the drug addicts too?
Excuse me?
Same for the drug addicts, same for the ones who...
It goes for anybody.
It goes for all.
Anybody.
And what about the ones who are good? They come back and...
Yes, they come back good
how
too.
are they? Do they come back good?
Yeah, of course. Because they'll be rewarded for what they've done in the past life. Whether they're even part of these people here living in the ghettos, they might still have a job. They might still have good health. As far as the bad ones, they could grow up in a certain situation. They grow up in a bad household.
Yeah.
God might have that person where that person get in their certain reach, when they reach a certain portion of life, get shot up in a drive-by, whatever the case may be. That's how God is. I know it sounds cruel and it sounds science fictional, but that's how God works. And it's very easy, man. It's very easy. Let's go.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 on 14.
Yep.
It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Yep.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Yep.
But this is the whole duty of man.
So when you're on earth, all you should be worrying about is not worrying about what happens when I die and all that stuff. You need to keep the commandments. That's what we're mainly out here to tell you. Go on.
For God shall bring every work.
Wait, hold on.
For God shall bring every work into judgment.
When you die, every work is going to judgment. But you realize it was talking about the commandments because you're going to be judged by these commandments. And when I say commandments, I'm talking about the law of Moses. Yes, the 613 laws that our people hate so much and they don't want to keep.
613?
Yeah, the 613 laws.
So I thought the 613 was summed up into the 10.
No. How could not be a homosexual be compared with thou shalt not steal?
Gotcha. And then how come... Oh, wow, you know that is...
Yeah. Okay.
No. It's not for me because at the end of the day, you just said 613.
You're a gainsayer. I know you was a gainsayer from the beginning.
Gainsayer?
Yeah, you're a
I'm
gainsayer.
asking questions.
You come up here you already had your mind made up. You didn't come up here to learn anything. You came out here to test your philosophy on us and see who's gonna win. And you lost.
I lost?
You lost. You lost, man.
And you judged that?
No. The Bible judged you. Oh wait, the Bible can't judge you? Give me Romans chapter 3. I know you're gonna look for another we deal with our people all the time, man.
Our people?
Yeah, our people, our race, blacks and Hispanics.
Blacks and Hispanics.
Yeah, our people, they don't come up here asking us serious questions. We've been out here the whole time talking about death. And we gave you over 15 scriptures.
Nobody's asking you questions because you're shouting. I came up.
Because we're what?
You're shouting.
Give me Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1. Because we're shouting. Because we're shouting?
I just came up.
Okay, because we're shouting. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1.
Sorry to interrupt you. You cannot be in this side. You have to be in the other side.
We've been here for 5 years.
Yeah, the same place for 5 years.
5 years.
So
right
we're
here.
not breaking the law.
We was here last week, the week before that, and 2 police officers.
Do you have a permit?
No, they didn't ask us.
This is government.
This is government property.
Outside of it, not here. Okay. And
the police was just right here.
Wait, you know what? And plus, it's after hours. It's after hours. This is weekend. So
we checked our rights.
We're not breaking the law.
We checked. We know people get locked up for silly things. So we checked our rights. All right. So
because I'm asking questions.
No, but you see, you're not asking questions to get knowledge. You are asking questions.
Wait. My question is to get knowledge. It may not be the knowledge you want to give me that I should accept.
So we didn't answer none of your questions today.
Listen, no, you did not. I asked a simple question in terms of.
He just said we didn't answer none of his questions.
We gave him over 15 scriptures.
Okay, you know what?
You can give me scripture, but that doesn't apply to life.
That's fine.
This is life.
No, if it doesn't apply to life, then why are you standing here asking us questions?
Because you're sitting here shouting out this.
Not to you.
Okay.
Not to you.
No, you ain't got to shout it to me. I can hear just like everybody else.
Okay,
can.
well.
And so I came
whether you hear or forbear. That's what the scripture says.
That's what the Bible teaches us. God teaches us whether you want to listen or not. We're not out here to do what you want us to do. We're out here for God.
I didn't ask you to do anything.
Give me Isaiah chapter 58
Yeah,
verse
you
1.
asked us a question because you wanted to answer, so you're asking us for something.
Yeah, you're
Because you're out here telling me what I don't know, and so I've stopped to
and
ask.
we're giving you the answer. We're trying to give you the knowledge.
And you say, hold up, but you just said no, that the things that we told you, you didn't learn not one thing. So you know what? Of all the scriptures that came out, this was
We both wasted our time. We both wasted our time just now. All the Bible verses that we just gave you that answer your question, a real original Bible scholar would have wrote all that down and be like, thanks, I learned something. With you, it was just, okay, so what about this? Then when we answer that, what about this? No, but what about this? You're not trying to learn. You're just coming here.
That's learning style.
That's not learning. That's what you call gainsaying.
Different learning style.
That's what you call gainsaying.
That's a different learning style.
All right, give me
Isaiah
58:1.
chapter 58,
To
verse
answer your
1.
question, why you say we come out here yelling at people? Go on.
Cry aloud.
What?
Cry aloud.
When you cry, that's another definition of yell up in people's face. Go on.
Spare not.
Go on.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Jeremiah! That's what we're doing. Go on.
And show my people their transgression.
And show the blacks and Hispanics what is wrong with why are we in this condition. That's all we're out here doing. Go on.
In the house of Jacob their sin.
And you're an Israelite, whether you want to believe it or not, you're an Israelite. We're here to show you our sins. How are we going to answer your questions? Give me Romans chapter 3, verse 3. And read on down. We're going to answer it according to this Bible. Now, if you don't want to hear what the Bible has to say, I think it'd be best for us not to either waste both of our time, because that's all we're out here to deal with. Go on.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3.
Go on.
For what if some did not believe?
What happened if we come out here and teach and nobody understands or listens to or believes what we say?
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Does that mean what we're saying is wrong?
God forbid.
No. Go on.
Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
Go on.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings,
We're justified in what we're saying. Why?
and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Go on.
But if our unrighteousness command the righteousness of God, what shall we say?
That's right.
Is God unrighteous who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man. God forbid. But then how shall I judge? For then how shall God judge the world? For if the truth of God have made abounded through my lie unto his glory.
The truth of God is the Bible. So when it says that we might be corrected, go back up like where it says that when we are judged. Yeah, go on.
Verse 6. God forbid. For then how shall God judge the world?
No, up before that.
Verse 5. But if our unrighteousness command the righteousness of God. Verse 4. God forbid, yet let God be true, but every man a liar.
We're all liars in God's sight. But, go on.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy saying.
And thy sayings. That's how come when we come out here, I'm not telling you, like how you asked me, tell me what you believe. I'm not going to do that. Because God is going to judge me for that. If I come up and just tell you something random, I got to show you out of God's butt. Because it's not me that's saying it, it's God that's saying it. All those scriptures we just read about reincarnation, I didn't tell you that. We read out the book of God. So now you know that God does deal with what we would call reincarnation or regeneration. That's how come we read loud. That's how come we come out here and tell our people what they're doing right from wrong.
According to the scriptures.
If they're selling drugs, we tell them to stop selling the drugs. If they want to go continue to do anything, that's on them.
But here's the point. He said he came over here because we were out here screaming. We was out here loud, and you heard us.
We've already
So you came over here.
But see, that got your attention. By us being loud, you heard us. If we was over here like, we're both saying technically the same thing. If you went over there, they'll tell you that regeneration and all that too. Because according to the Bible, that whole concept with heaven and hell is a fairy tale. There's no place beneath the ground where you burn forever and there's a devil with the pitchfork and all of that. That is.
And there's no heaven.
No, there's no Christian heaven, no Christianity heaven. As far as when you die, you fly around and sip on milk and honey all day. No, that's not up there. Heaven is technically here on earth. That's why the Lord said, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Because when the kingdom of heaven comes, it's not going to be up in the sky. Christ is coming back to earth to bring the kingdom on the earth in Jerusalem. So it's going to be a physical kingdom, not no fairy tale place up in the sky. They taught us that during slavery. That's what they used to tell the slaves. Pick that cotton, boy. But when you die, you're going to go to heaven, though. So our people will be was here the whole time.
I got precept.
All right, go on.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Go on.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
See? When Christ spoke to people, he spoke to them in parables. The parable is another form of saying symbolic or a dark saying. If I say hickory dickory dock, the mouse went up the clock, and I'm really referring to the moon rising, whatever, that's a parable. If you heard me, you thought I was talking about a clock, but I'm really talking about the moon. That's how Christ taught people. He taught where it would go over people's heads. Only the chosen of his people would get the understanding of what he's saying. Go on.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
What we just read through, how you die and the whole process, that's mysteries. A lot of people still don't understand that. They can't even break that down according to the Bible. I know people that have been going to church for 20 some odd years, and they can't tell you the whole death process according to scripture. Because, keep on going.
But to them it is not given.
Because it wasn't given to them. Go on.
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given.
Go on.
He shall have more abundance.
That's right.
But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have.
And then when it says that have not, it's talking about the Holy Spirit, the knowledge and understanding of the Bible. So if you don't have the Holy Spirit on you, when you pick this book up, you're going to be like, I don't know what this book is talking about. You're going to put it right back down. I'll just let the pastor tell me whatever on Sunday. And then that's how our people get lost. You see?
Let's do one.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah.
Oh,
therefore speak out to them in parables.
Yep.
Because they see not,
Yep.
and hearing, they hear not.
Yeah, they saw Christ. Christ was right in front of their face. But they still didn't understand what he was talking about. And they used to not understand so much to the point that they used to get offended. And that's why they wanted to kill Christ. Because they thought he was getting under their skin. They're like, who's this guy coming out here talking about he's the king of the Jews. And now he's teaching us, man, give me this rock. I'm going to go kill this guy for lying. Because they thought he was crazy. That's why he was thrown in jail. Because they told him to shut up. Because he was saying stuff that was going way over people's head. He became a threat. Go on.
Neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled by the prophecies of Isaiah.
What did Isaiah say?
Where it said, by hearing he shall hear and shall not understand.
And Isaiah was talking about the Israelites. That's how come when we come out here, a large amount of our people, they'd be like, what are you talking about? But I'm pretty sure if we was Lil Wayne, right, or somebody silly, they would have been all out here gathered around us because it was something silly. But when it comes down to the word of the Lord, our people acting like, I don't know, I don't even want to go even walk over there to even hear what these guys is talking about. But it's okay. Go on.
And seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive.
That's right.
But for this people heart is waxed gross, and there is a dull of hearing.
Yeah, and that's these people. That don't fit nobody else but a black and Hispanic. Like the Lord say, don't eat pork. Tell one of these people on the sign that's been eating pork the whole life to stop eating pork. Man, I've been eating pork all my life. I don't care if it can kill me. But then they'll still claim that they love Jesus though. Go on.
And their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes.
That's how our people be. When you start giving them the truth, they be like, I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Go on.
And hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted.
And that's all we're trying to do is convert our people back to their true way of life. Because we've been taught that we're black, we've been taught that we're African, we've been taught that we're this, and we're none of that. When you go through the ancient records, we are actually the real Jews that the Bible speaks about.
Now, all those people come from Africa.
Huh?
Don't all those races come from Africa?
No. Oh, humanity, and that's another thing.
So humanity didn't originate in Africa?
Humanity started in the Fertile Crescent, but people don't understand. Yes, it was around the region of what we'll call Africa today.
Okay.
Now today, the white man calls it Pangea, when the whole earth was together, and then it broke apart. Now, that happened after the flood. You can read about that in the Bible because it said that the Lord divided the lands. That's how come when you look at the U.S. map, you can see where the U.S. could have been part of Europe, Africa was part of, because everything was all together. Now, when everything was together around the so-called Middle East and West Africa region, yes, or what we'll call today the Fertile Crescent, that's where humanity started. And technically, it would be right around what we call the land of Israel. That's where the Garden of Eden was. Everything started around there. That's how come it's in man's spirit today. That's how come everybody wants to steal that land. Everybody's killing, suicide bombing to occupy that land because that's where everything started. Everybody wants to say that they rule over there when technically we came from, that's our land.
Right.
We were forced out of there after 70 AD. Then we fled into Africa. And then the Africans, that's how come still to this day, when you tell white people about slavery, they like to tell you, well, it was black people who sold black people into slavery. No, it was Africans that sold Israelites into slavery. We were both dark skinned. We both dark Asian people. We both had brown skin, but we wasn't the same people. Because the Africans and the Israelites, they had similarities, but they were not the same people.
That's right.
And you know what proves that is Moses.
Well, actually, they sold their enemies.
Excuse me?
They sold enemies.
They sold who?
Enemies.
Who sold it?
You talk about Africans.
Yeah. Yeah, and to the Africans, we would be their enemies because we were not the same people.
No, but these were different tribes that were warring against each other who captured each other's enemies.
No. According to the records, the Africans had us in slavery. I have a book at home. You should look it up. It's called The Slave Trade. On the front, it shows you like some of our people picking sugar cane.
Yeah.
When you read in that book, it shows you the Africans having us chained up in Ghana, Nigeria, and all that. And you know who came? Then the Arabs came. This happened way before the white man came. The Arabs sold us and we was pushed into Saudi Arabia. Then some of our people stayed in the West Coast. Then the Arabs had the wood, the money to finance the Lebanon wood from the seed of the trees to make those ships. When the white man bought the ships from the Arabs, and then the white folks put us on the boat and then they shipped us over here. So now we're spread out through the whole entire earth. So when Christ comes back, he's going to get us from all of the earth and return us back to where we are. Because we don't belong in the Bahamas. We don't belong in Jamaica. We don't belong in America, Canada, Europe. We came from somewhere. That's how come we're the only people that walk this earth not knowing who they are. You ask a black or Hispanic man his nationality, he'll give you more than 10 replies. Oh, I'm Spanish, I'm black, I'm Ethiopian, I'm African, I'm Muslim, I'm this, I'm that. You're not none of that. The reason why you think you're everything, give me Jeremiah 17:4. Even the Bible says that we were going to be lost. That's why the Bible calls us the lost sheep in the house of Israel. We don't know our way back home. Jeremiah 17.
So not all black people are.
Not all black people are the same. That's another thing, bro. I'm going to tell you, this. This is another thing what our people really hate. Obama. He's not our people. Obama's father is from Kenya. Kenya goes back, if you go back biblically, them people from Kenya are the descendants of either the real Egyptians or the real Philistines. They're not Israelites. They come from Ham. Now, Obama looks like us. He could blend in with us. He could hang out with us. He married a so-called black woman. Yeah, she's an Israelite, but he's a Hamite. Because her forefathers, her lineage came through the slave cargo ships. And don't you know, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28.
I'm just trying to figure out, because every black person in America came from over there.
That's what confuses you. Your skin tone.
Yeah, your skin tone.
You know, you remember, I'm gonna give you one, and I'm not a Muslim. I'm gonna give you one. Malcolm X said there are house niggas and field niggas.
Yeah, I understand
See,
that.
the house niggas were recruited because of their skin tone. You know what I'm saying? And their thinking was different from the field niggas. There's a whole lot of stuff he's saying is right because look how we interact with each other.
With each other. We're divided amongst ourselves.
We don't even see eye to eye.
Well, hold on. I didn't say I didn't agree.
Right.
I didn't say I didn't.
But Dr. was wrong all this time though.
He dropped his fact. He left. What I told you before? Oh, Deuteronomy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how.
No, wait.
Because every black person or every person of color who have melanin in their skin, we really want to.
But let me tell you something else. When you look at that earthquake that happened in India last week, when you look at those Indians, they darker than me and this man right here.
Yeah.
Dark. As dark as this guy. But guess what? Their seed goes back to the ancient Elamites. They're not just because they're dark skinned don't mean that we're the same people. They're still our enemies.
Well, you're lighter than me.
Yeah.
So how do I mean, in other words, there's really no way to say who is who.
No, I'm like, but the point is, when you read the Bible, the Lord said that his heritage onto him is like a speckled colored bird.
Okay.
Yes, we do come in different shades. As far as, that was one of the first things that I brought up when we came out here, there's other races that come in different shades. You got white folks that look like you and me. Lenny Kravitz is a white man. Because his father is a fake Jew. That last name Kravis, you are your father's lineage. So if I'm light-skinned, but my lineage goes all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, despite the fact of me being light, it doesn't mean anything. I'm still an Israelite. Now you got white folks that are real pale. And then you got other nations like the East Indians that are real dark like this brother, but I see the East Indians lighter than me. 2 shades, 3 shades almost look like white folks. So it's always like that. There's always a lighter and darker shade of everybody, but just because somebody is dark skinned doesn't mean that we're all family now. We're all black people together. That doesn't mean anything, because you might be having some enemies lurking about. And that's the thing what our people used to do. They fled into Africa after 70 AD because they wanted to blend in with the Africans, but the Africans ended up putting them in slavery. The Arabs were dark skinned, because I got pictures of dark Arab women like back like in the 20s, like your color. Arab women with long black hair, who with jet black hair. They don't even have no afro, no Negroid type hair. They got long hair, but darker than you. So the point is, that doesn't mean that she's white or she's an African. She's a Arab, but she's just a darker skin. But we're not the same people though. Because her people had our people in slavery at one time too, and they're going to pay for what they did, just like Obama's people is going to pay for what they did. God doesn't see white or black; He sees nations. He sees nations. He sees what tribe or what nation that you come from. He doesn't see, these are dark-skinned people. This is a certain. No, He sees nations.
So your nation's blended.
But where we're now, we're kind of nations do blend in now. Because you got our people that live in Africa that blend in with Africans.
No, I'm saying like blend in terms of having children.
Oh yeah, but you can't blend in because the seed will always go by the father. So if let's say me being light-skinned, right? Let's say I date a white woman. Me and the white woman get close. I end up having a child with that white woman. Now, if I'm light-skinned and she's a white woman, that child's gonna probably come out looking like
Stephen Curry.
Like Stephen Curry or something like that. Or like Jason Kidd. If the mother had green eyes, the child might have green eyes. They might say, oh, that's a white baby. No, it's not. Because of me, that child is black.
I got it.
Now, it might look real light, but that's an Israelite still.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18.
And that's the answer to that right there, too.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families.
Pedigree is your lineage. Go on.
After their families by the house of their fathers.
See?
According to the numbers of the names from the 20 years old and upwards by the pope.
And when you go back, even in the Old Testament, our forefathers was doing that. When you read the book of Ezra, Nehemiah, Moses, who gave us the law, he had an Ethiopian wife. She was a Gentile. But he still married her. The child might have come out looking like an Ethiopian, but guess what? He's still an Israelite. All right, go on.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all his holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Go on.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
Okay.
And he shall separate them one from another.
So when Christ comes back, he's not going to be like, oh, you too light. You might not be it. No, he's going to separate the nations. This is Israel. That's Moab over there. Kick these Philistines over here. These Edomites, so-called white people, throw them in the back. They're going to pick some cotton. These over there, that's how Christ is going to be. He's not going to be like we're all together. And that cuts, we are the world doctrine. Because it said, read that again.
And before him.
No, read it from the very beginning.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 31.
That's a beautiful scripture.
It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
The Son of Man is Christ. So when Christ comes back to sit upon the throne, King of Kings, Lord of Lords,
and all his holy angels with him.
And he's going to come with all the angels to rain judgment on this earth.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Over there in the land of Israel, going to be the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
He's going to gather all the people. Everybody's going to come to Jerusalem. Because when you read about this same account in the book of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it says all nations shall come up to Jerusalem. But what's going to happen, huh?
And he shall separate them one from another.
Racism.
As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
And it says the sheep, which are the Israelites, because he just said in Matthew the 15th chapter, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So God is going to to separate Israel from everybody else. Another form of racism. Go on.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
The other nations on the left.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Acts chapter 1 verse 6 to prove that the kingdom is only for Israel.
Acts chapter 1 verse 6. It says, When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
The kingdom of heaven belongs to us. That's how come we're telling our people it's important to know who you are.
Right.
And it's a serious matter if you're an Israelite. This shouldn't be something like, oh, I'm a Jew, okay, I'm going to go back home and sip on some Kool-Aid. No, that's like, if I'm a Jew, that means we got a responsibility. We're supposed to be out here waking up our people and enlightening them to come back to their God.
Right.
As far as the rest of our people that want to lily-gag and whatever, that's why we have the attitude, to hell with them. To hell with them. We ain't got time for all that.
So, and this is my last question.
Go on.
So, only this particular tribe or nation is going to be not only preferred but safe. Right?
Wait, say that again? Not only what say?
So the one nation, the one tribe, that
Israel.
The Israel.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to be what? Left to their own accord.
Yeah. You want to know what's going to happen? The Bible's going to tell you what's going to happen to everybody.
Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1.
Go on.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
So this is when Christ comes back. He gonna have mercy on Jacob, which is Israel, and will yet choose Israel, which is already is. We already know that's talking about Israel. Go on.
And set them in their own land.
That's why we said that when Christ comes back, he's gonna bring us back to our own land. Because we're not in our land. Go on.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers, the other people who are not Israel. Go on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're gonna come to us. They're gonna come to Israel. They're gonna cleave to us.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
We're gonna take these nations. We're gonna invite them to Jerusalem. But what we're gonna do with them?
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
We're going to possess them
In the land of the Lord.
in the land of the Lord.
For servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Just like how we served everybody, everybody's going to serve us. And that's what you call justice, peace, and equality. Go on.
It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Did not we serve white people? Did not we serve the Chinese? Did we not serve the African? Did we not serve the Arab and everybody else? Yes, we did.
So what happens? So what's this whole thing about love? What is this love?
Love. Oh, love is. What's love got to do with it? Get First John. Love. Yeah. The other nations are supposed to love our God and us. Like Ruth. When you read the book of Ruth, she was a Moabite. She wasn't even of our nation, but we accepted her because she wanted to serve our God. As far as these other nations outside of Israel, like the Arabs that are hardcore into Islam, and they'll die for their Allah and their Quran, we're going to run right through them. Just like how they ran through us. It's going to be, that's what you call being fair. They spoiled us, we're going to spoil them. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 16.
So in other words, it's the reverse, just reverse everything.
No, it's going to be a reverse at first, but at the same time is when you go back, when you read, you should read Isaiah the 2nd chapter when you go home, if you have a Bible home.
Isaiah the 60th chapter also.
And the 60th chapter. It tells you that when the Gentiles come to our nation, to our land, some of the ones that are willing to serve our God, they're going to be all right. But the point is, it's going to be, God is dealing with positions. He has Israel on top to guide the nations. The nations will learn from us. The rebellious nations that says, F God, F you Israelites, I don't want to do none of that, we're going to kill them. We're going to kill them. Just like how when we came over here and the white man said, bow down to white Jesus, right? And our people said, Master, I don't want to do that. And he got hung on a tree. It's the same exact thing. Now, while this is going on, it says that the Lord was going to heal the nations after 1,000 years, because we're going to have them in captivity for 1,000 years. Christ is going to reign supreme on this earth for 1,000 years. When he's on this earth, the nations are going to, the rebels are going to be purged off, and the ones that are following Christ, they're going to still be here, and they're going to be serving God and Christ underneath us. Just like how we got to bow down to the government. Washington, D.C., we got to pay taxes to who? The white man. Let's be honest, it's the white man that we're bowing down to. When you look on your money, it's the white man. When you look on the corn, it's a white man face. Right. White folks own everything, so when we get in our kingdom, we gonna run everything.
That's right.
And our people that have a problem with that, but then you don't need to be in that kingdom then. You can stay right here in America and burn up with this place.
That's right.
Because God has better for our people. Our people has been through more than 3,000 some odd years in captivity. Our people always talking about 400 years. It's been way longer than 400 years. Over 3,000 some odd years. So it's going to take 1,000 years to clean up. After the 1,000 years, the nations will be joint ears with us, and they'll be serving our God, and there'll be peace on this earth. We won't be whipping them. We won't be doing, all that will be done away. We're just going to get our payback. After that, then everything will be smooth. We're all even.
Good job.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, because he asked about love. But since he brought up the love, let's just answer it for YouTube, and then we could get the famous Malachi 4.
2 John, verse 6.
Because another thing is with our people, they say, well, you guys come out here and talk all this stuff, but where's the love? Our people don't understand, according to the Bible, what love is. So let's get what the Bible said love is.
2 John, verse 6. And this is love.
Oh, straight to the point. And this is love. Go
that
on.
we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye shall walk in it.
Go on.
That was it.
That's right. Now give me Romans 13. Was it 13?
Yeah, 13.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Got it.
Okay, for love is the fulfilling of the law. What does the law teach God's people and everybody? Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. So if you love your neighbor, you won't steal from him. If you love your neighbor, you won't sleep with his wife. Love ain't got nothing to do with tapping somebody in the back and talking about love. That's that homo love. Prove to me that you love me. Give me a hug. That's stupid. That ain't got nothing to do with love.
That's right.
Cause you know what I mean? You know how many our forefathers, the Indians, shook hands with the white man, and the white man still came around and killed them? So that don't mean nothing. So go on. Oh yeah, after the Bronx train.
Romans chapter 13, verse 8.
Go on.
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
See, here we go again with love. He just asked what love got to do with it. So then we're going to tell you what love is. Go on.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
See? Love is the fulfilling of the law. If you love your daughter, what the Bible say, thou shalt not prostitute thy daughter. So you won't put her out in the street like that. If you love your brother, your neighbor, you won't sleep with his wife.
Right.
If you say that you love somebody, when they turn their around, you won't steal their TV or steal their shoes. Or the cigarette. Right? Go on now.
Verse 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery.
See? It's going into what love is. Go on.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt murder. If you say that you love somebody, you have love for somebody, when that person turns around, you won't murder that person. Go on.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. We already went through that. Go on.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
If you love somebody and somebody was framed for something, you won't lie on that person and say, oh yeah, such and such did it. That proves through your works that you hate that person. Go on.
Thou shalt not covet.
Thou shalt not covet. If you really love somebody, if your friend or your neighbor gets a brand new car and you still got a hoopty, and you see them pull up in their car and you be like, look at them got that car. I should get that. That car belonged to me. Well, if you really love that person, you would feel happy for that person.
Exactly.
Good. I'm glad to see that you got a car. But a real hater would be a hater. A hater.
It's a hater.
A real hater would look at you and be like, yeah, it's alright. Yeah, or they might tell you, oh, nice that you got a car, but as soon as you turn around, man, that fool don't need that car, man. I need a car more than that person. Why that nigga got that damn car? He don't even know how to drive that car. You know what I'm saying? That's being covet. Go on.
And if there be any commandment,
And you realize it's comparing love to the commandments. We just read back in 2 John, love, and this is love if we walk after his commandments, which is where? In the law. Go on.
and if there be any commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying.
Go on.
Namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that's what goes back to the book of Luke. Christ said the golden rule is, do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. So if you wouldn't want nobody to sleep with your wife, you don't sleep with somebody else's wife.
That's right.
That's what love is. But see, society taught you that love is hugging somebody and smiling. Why you guys so mean? Where's the love at? We're giving you love.
That's right.
Telling you how to serve God is nothing but love. We threw all type of love at you people today. And you guys acting like we was teaching hatred. We gave you love. There's nothing better than learning the wisdom and knowledge of this Bible that will equal for your salvation.
That's right.
Alright? Go on, huh?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yep.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
And this is the icing on the cake.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
So that's what love is. Love is when you fulfill the law. It has nothing to do on some hugging or shaking hands. It has something to do with your works. If you or affection and all that. It has something to do with your works. If you love your neighbor, you won't steal from him, you won't sleep with his wife, etc. That's what love is, according to the Bible.
Precept.
All right, go on, huh?
This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 18.
Yep.
My little children, let us not love in words.
See? I love you. You know how much times a woman can tell a man that she loves him and still be sleeping with another man on the side?
To this day.
Go on.
Let us not love in words.
Yeah, not in word, but go on.
Neither in tongue.
Neither in tongue.
But in deed and in truth.
But in deed and in truth. So how do you prove to somebody that you love them? Through your works. Not through what comes out of your mouth. You show people that you love them. Same thing with God. Our people, they fill up that stupid Sunday morning church. They talk about they love God and they love Jesus, but yet when Valentine's Day, you're celebrating Valentine's Day. Yet when Christmas comes, you're celebrating Christmas, and none of that is in the Bible, and God told you not to celebrate none of those days.
That's right.
From the get-go. So what you're technically telling God is, I hate you, and I don't listen to what you say. Because you can say, I love God, and just kill 5 people. Anybody can do that. You know how much guys I see walk around the hood, and they got t-shirts, God come first, on their tattoo, and all